And we're live. Oh, wait. Let me turn this button off. Let me push some buttons. Push the buttons for liftoff. In 5, 4. Hey, what's up? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst. Damn, as soon as I said that, I thought about Carl Jung. I am your healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic medium, psychic witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American civil. I am your messenger of God, first child of God, his dark Lilith reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you have to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and definitely tune into my shorts. What do we got going on? I'm going through alchemical transmutation again, but this one's hitting the whole family. Really? I'm pretty sure. I'm watching it. My daughter came home and she got sick. I was feeling all funky all day, and I just went to go give my son the headphones. And what am I looking for, God? Oh yeah, cards. And he's passed out. I was like, oh, this is a big one. What does that mean? Healing. DNA healing. And that's what I was like, I'm gonna have to explain this one. Let me get some cards out. So when you reprogram, what we do over here is pattern recognition mostly. It's unhealed patterns that are coming out from repressed memories and emotions. When we do this and we do the pattern reprogramming, oh God, this sounds Palladian-ish. You might need that book as well. When you do this, you're reprogramming your DNA, right? You're taking away what it was, and you're putting some new information. You're literally channeling new information in through your mind, into your heart, and in through your body. Stuff that it didn't have in it before. That's why learning and all of that. What am I looking for, God? Oh, okay. What am I doing down here? I'm going blank spaces in my head. When you do this, it's an explosion of light in your body, and it has some serious fucking side effects. Side effects may include, I got a whole freaking book that describes them. I just want to get the card that goes with it so you have some kind of fucking visual. But I visually can't find my cards. I mean, just let me slow down. So what happened was, in the last couple days, my mind has shifted in so many different higher octaves. There they are. You are hitting really well. That it's a reboot of the system. The system actually, it's like, it looks like it's been infected with a virus, which is pretty much what it has. Right? It comes in small doses. Light. You're filled with darkness, bro. You're filled with hatred, anger, jealousy, shame, all these kind of, dark feelings. You're not filled with joy and happiness and, gratefulness and silliness and all of this, childlike essence that you see on these little kids. You're not filled with that. As you start taking off the darkness, the experiences, and that's, the reprogramming of your mind, as you start going through the darkness of your mind, and taking it off and reprogramming it into light, it fills your body with light. And when it does that, and that's what I mean, it's like a virus that's never been in your body before. This information, this explosion has never happened in your body before, and it causes your body to act up. It starts in the mind, you know what I mean? It's like, that's why they give you painkillers, right? What is a painkiller? Does it go to the place of the pain? No, it goes to the place of your mind that tells you you're in pain. It goes to the mind. And that's really what it is as you lose, you can lose nerves and stuff like that. So the whole point of this is, it all happens in the mind, this explosion. And it works through your body. So like the last few days, I've came to these amazing, empowering truths of light. And in doing so, it changes my DNA. But when I do it at such a huge level, it'll change my DNA and those that I gave my DNA to, which are my children. They carry my DNA. They carry my coding, right? Because I passed it on. So if I reprogram my coding, that coding gets reprogrammed in them. Really? Yeah, the only thing I don't have fully, the only small proof that I'm missing is my oldest children. I don't contact them when this happens, but I know without a doubt that it does. And I'm going to tell you what those side effects look like. And what is it? Basically, you look like you got the fucking flu, or worse. So where we currently are is our divine talents that we should have pulled out. We didn't. Oh, God. Hold on. Grounding. That's what we need. Dark Night of the Soul. Nope. Left there. Hold on. We didn't pull out on Sunday. We pull one of these every Sunday. But I need to show you this card. The Merkaba, Key of Light, Cosmic. So these particular, after I stop talking and I get the card, I can show you which ones I'm working with. When we get, as I went through the dark, I started getting cards that taught me about the light and how to work through the light. And so these are these cards. It's introducing the light. Now after that, I have other light cards where it's bringing more and more light. And I bring the light cards on Sunday because we're already in that energy. We're already in the light on a Sunday, right? Right. So this is what's happening. I went to 21, spiritual service. Yeah, I am doing great services. This is like my most famous card, dude, because it happens all the time. How does it happen? The reprogramming of the mind. Your spiritual growth is changing your mind, body, and soul. It's very real, and it's helping you fulfill all aspects of your divine destiny. It is awakening spiritual talents, and that's what I said. What's our next card that we're talking about? Divine talents is where we currently are. And I just messed up my cards. Fucking shit. At least they have numbers, right? Spiritual talents and attracting new energies. This process will bring tremendous joy and satisfaction. But the body changes as light enters. Alchemy is catalyzed and transformation happens. Sometimes the appearance of the body changes. There will be changes in how the body feels, responds, acts, and creates. And that's like, as I'm learning about it, that's like those dementia people, you know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden your body won't do what it normally does. You can't operate like you normally operate. It's like your body is just not doing what you want it to do, right? Truthfully, I'm learning a lot. There will be changes in how the body, if you have clairvoyant visions, you will see increase in light, as though the person is actually lit up from within, and they are. What is that? For me, it can be the divine beings. You can start seeing your spirits, the spirits, and your spirit guides very clear as day. But it also talks about the people. And I had said something to Diana about that earlier. I was like, dude, I don't go walking around reading people. That's the last thing I want to know is the layers of what makes you fucking you. It's like, I don't do that at all. It's a need-to-know basis. I try really hard not to ask the universe a question when I'm looking at something. You know what I mean? I try to turn the blinders on. And that's after years of experience, dude. You can see my earlier videos, and I feel like I'm going to puke. I can hear everything. I can hear the collective. Like, I'm standing in the middle of the stock market, bro. They're just loud as fuck. I could hear everything. And as I try to tune it in, I can hear even more. And that's like, I was like, working with Micah and some of those, it's like putting on Cerebro, where you can really fucking zoom into people's, thoughts and shit like that. So I spent a lot of time learning how to stay in my own energy and keep everybody else's energy outside of mine, and to do my best not to unconsciously tap into theirs. What that means is, in the beginning, no, bro, you can hear stories that I'm like, please don't make me go out there. They're energies that you don't understand what happens when I'm outside and these people. It still gets on me, and I won't, realize it until I'm like, oh, God, I just need a bath. Get it off me. I hurt so bad. What are you? You're an energetic sponge. Once you turn on this, well, I'm thinking of the Merkaba, but once you turn on this power source, right, it's constantly going. So you're taking in energy and you're putting out energy. And what you're doing, once you start the alchemical transmutation process that I do, you're taking in bad energy and filtering out good energy. That's what makes me a master alchemist. Is I can take in all the fucking negativity and put out positivity. Taking it in. So even if I don't want it, I'm attracting it because I'm a healer. It's like, oh God, you made me a sponge to this. And that's it. It's like, how much can you take? Not too much. I take it all in, literally into my skin. And that's really what it is an empath. You feel their feelings. And that's what it means. It's like, you can see, if I ask, what are they doing? I can see what they're doing, and that makes me feel gross. Or whatever way. Why did they say that? And then they'll tell me, and that'll make me feel some kind of way. And now I got this fucked up feeling because I know the truth. Like, I didn't want to know. It's a real need-to-know basis. I've never read Bobby. I think in the beginning I told him that when I first met him in the hotels. I was like, I find you extremely extraordinary because I can't read you. It was like that Bella and fucking, Edward thing. It's like, I could read everyone, but I can't read you. I remember telling him that way back then. I don't think I ever really tried here and now. I'm trying to just hold my energy and understand mine. That's all I'm ever trying to do, to be honest. I'm not really trying to figure out other people. That's my mission isn't to figure you out. The more I learn about you, the more disgusted I feel. Why? Because you have a disgusting life, and you don't know it, but you wear it. It's all over you. It's in the bags of your eyes. It's in the way that you're moving your eyes through. It's like, I could see you thinking, and I can see what you're thinking. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. But going back to it, it's like, what is it? The body changes. There'll be a change in how the body feels. If you're clairvoyant visions and you see them, so you can see a good person coming up, but you can see, you know what I mean? You can see trouble along the way. If they had colors and I don't see them in colors, I could just blink and ask to see the color, but I don't see that. What do you see? Everything I don't want to. All their pain and suffering. Really? Yep. Who? Anybody? Anybody that I'm in contact with? Anybody that I look over at? For real? Yep. For sure. There was times when I couldn't even, dude, I'd just be walking through places and I could catch everything. Conversations. When I couldn't control it, I was all outside of myself. I'm all in it, and collective conscious is outside of you. So if you're just loose, and that's like, it's just dangerous. It didn't feel good. It's not a great feeling to be out there. But anyways, you can see people lit up. Spiritual abilities become grounded in the body, and the person can channel healing energy just as naturally as they would set the dinner table. What does that mean? I can walk through a crowd and just smile. They just feel good when they see me. They're drawn to me, and it doesn't typically, if they have bad feelings, like there's this chick, dude, it's working so well. I don't know what's wrong with her. I have no idea what's wrong with these two. There's a couple, and I don't know what it is, bro. Already, if I had to judge them, and I don't want to know, because that's why I don't want to judge people and know you're a shitty ass person, bro. But in the essence, it's like every fucking time they are parked near me and I start my sage, he literally, in the last 3 days, they get the fuck out of there. They move their car away from me, dude. Really? Yeah. So in the essence, it's like, I give off vibes all the time. Just electricity. You can't see it, but it's just coming out of me. It's like one of those, I don't know what they are. They sold them at Spencer's. It was like this cool little ball and had a little electric thing, and if you touch the ball, it would, touch your fingers. That's what I am. I'm just a light. And I'm sending out energy all the time, and that's what it means. It's like, I don't even do this purposely. I can look over at you and you get, you know what I mean? Activate you and all that shit. And, I can look over, and I don't do that no more. I tried to take energy off someone, and I almost died. I don't try to take it off. Sometimes. I'm better at sending good energy than taking off your energy. And that's what I teach you, is like, once you give it to me, and you don't even have to give it to me, it just makes you feel better to talk about it. You really don't know that I already know. And I'm just got to sit there and like, here it comes. And it just comes out, and that's okay. It's super okay, because, again, I was made to consume it without it just killing me. You can't tell someone else that. They're going to go into shock, and they won't know how to handle it. It's like, sit down. Tell me your woes. Whoa. happens all the fucking time. Right? So I had a lot of woe on me. What was it? This job, bro. That was a lot of woe. That was a lot of woe. I was like, whoa. And whoa. And oh, whoa. Whoa. And in the last week, you just learned that I stepped into my skin. You know, that fight with my daughter and everything. It's like, nah, bro. I'm not. And that's where you hold so much light for yourself. And then you exude it to others. The spirit becomes a living reality in the body, and the material world is experienced as an extension of the divine light. This alchemy is an empowering gift of love. Symptoms of this process can be challenging, right? I've been doing this forever, and this is what happens every time I challenge my mind and I win in love. This is what happens. And that's pretty much what happened. It happened so quickly. I already knew that I was facing a tower at this job, and I knew that it wasn't going to get better, and something was going to happen. Something had to happen. And I bravely, against my better knowing and everybody's judgment, addressed it. And you have to know, it's like when you send that message, when you do that, your body is filled with so much adrenaline and stress and anxiety. That's what fear is, bro. You're fucking scared, but you have to channel this. You can't let it just hold you still. You can't panic. There's a fucking killer behind us. I know you're scared. We gotta go. We gotta go. You can't just sit here. We gotta go, bro. He's gonna get us, bro. In the essence, it's like you can't let your fear stop you. But those are the symptoms of fear. Your body tightens, bro. You can start, your hands get sweaty. My knees is weak. Yeah, shut up, old man. Gosh. Anyways, your knees get weak and your palms are sweaty and you're like, your heart starts racing. When you're in a triggered environment, that's typically the symptoms anyways. But when you are called to do something that that you're afraid of because you're afraid of what the consequences might be, your mind has already fed you the worst ones, but you don't know, and you have to feed this. And meanwhile, the mind's like, don't do this. And that's where it is. I'm at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm typing it, and I can still hear myself, don't do this, bro. Maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe you shouldn't do this. And it's like, I gotta do this. And you get filled with so much tension, and then waiting, the anticipation. That's what's fun about the phone. It's like, then you got to sit there and like a fucking boiled egg waiting to crack out, for that response. And then the response comes, and it's like, wow, it wasn't that bad. I'm really glad I did that. I'm glad I stood up for myself. I'm glad I spoke my truth. I'm glad I did the right thing. And you're really pleased with yourself, but your body, oh God, bro, do you know what it just went through? Do you know what it just went through to get you, say you're scared of heights, bro. You're scared of heights and you gotta walk this bridge, and you could never do this. I'm crying, bro. Please don't make me walk this bridge. There's gotta be another way. No, you gotta walk this bridge. I'll do this with you. I can't do it, dude. I'm so scared I'm gonna die. I'm so scared I'm gonna die. There's so many goofy things in life that you're so scared you're gonna die, bro.
Elevators.
Yeah, my kids don't like our elevators. Dude, I've never been scared on an elevator in all my life until I rode these ones. Never has an elevator ever scared me until I got in these elevators, bro. They're scary. I just gotta pray my way through it, like everything else. But the body tension of breaking your mind, and that's what I mean. It's like doing the right thing, going against your better judgment, following your heart. And that's what it means. It's love for yourself. It's growth. You're going against the norm. When that happens, you've typically, and this is why this is big, it couldn't just be this one, but everything I've learned in the last week, and that's what it is. It's like this super review, and I got that little, decree and shit. But when you do it so big like that,
That's what she said.
it breaks karma and generational curses, right? This is karma that you passed down or was passed down. Something that your family line didn't learn, and now you've learned it. You've learned this so well, and you've broken it. Wherever it came from, you've broken it, and you can see because it's broken in your children too. How do you know? Because they exhibit the same fucking symptoms. Anytime I've done these huge ones, dude, it knocks my kids out. I'll be sitting there like, damn, I'm fucking knocked out. And I look over and I see them and I'm like, oh, wow, this was a big one. Now we look at what I learned. And that's what's amazing is I learned so many different things going back to, I would just say self-worth all the way around. We restored self-worth. And, you know, my fight for my position as priestess and my career and walking in my purpose and my destiny and saying this is what I'm here to do and fuck what you guys are talking about. That alone is huge growth, and that's humility and acceptance of, you know, a gratefulness for your life. And that's what I was trying to show you. It's like, and I just posted it. It was so funny, dude. Did you see it? I posted my community page. This chick who had a PhD in mathematics, statistics, she figured out how to break the lottery and did it like 4 times between 1993 and 2010 and won over $20 million.
I heard about her.
Did you? I just saw her ass on Instagram. I was like, bro, her parents were hella mad when she was going to fucking school to major in math. It's like, you ain't gonna make no money in that. Dude, she made hella money. She put the money together, dude. And that's what it is. It's like, I'm not here to be rich. What I do makes me feel good, bro. And it's okay if you don't, you know, appreciate that I'm not, you know, a big thing on the internet. But I assure you, when I get out of my little circle here, I will be. And what's that? What's holding you back? Me. The responsibility. And I'm working into it. And that's it. It's like, I'll be, after... I had to stop right there. What was it? Kobe. I'm about to show this video of Kobe. It's like, you know, when I'm ready, I'm ready. When I'm ready to get off the bench, I'll get off the bench. And it's not, you know what I mean? The whole thing is to get off of the bench. And to get comfortable with what it is I do. Get better at it and get more comfortable with it. And, you know, there's a lot. In the end, you know, my videos are going to be most prized to science and religion and probably not government. Government's not going to accept this. They'll support positivity, but government's not going to accept such radical changes. They never have. Science has seen, you know, science knows that it evolves. Religion knows it believes in God, and I show all things of God. So, I guess, you know, in that sense. But what I meant is like, you know, all this explosion of light is I really bursted out of my shell. Exactly like that picture. I bursted out of my shell of, you know what I mean? I'm not going to feel bad about this. These used to be problems for me, but I've learned to overcome these problems. And I'm free and just being me. And that's really hard for someone to say and do, to just be free in their skin. And that's, you're really not. You're really not free in your skin. So let's go on to this. It's an empowering gift of love, right? What is it? When you do what your heart tells you. Symptoms of this process at times can be challenging. They include headaches and other aches and pains, flu-like symptoms, inexplicable and nearly overwhelming fatigue that lasts for days, and then suddenly vanishes with surges of new energy. We may experience pinging in the ears. I heard one way hard today, but I didn't know who it was. I was nowhere near my phone. I left my phone upstairs, and I was like, I hear it. Increased sensitivity to light or sound, and that's kind of like where you start getting migraines, where like it's too bright, and that's where I could be. It's like I can't listen to music. It's too much. My phone, like the light on my phone is too much. Dude, it'll be like, you know that little light on the fucking microwave that says the time? That shit'll be too bright. I have to like cover that thing. Really? You're that sensitive? I'm telling you. I get sensitive because I'm exploding with light inside, so it's like I can't see outside. It's like too much light. And that's what happened the other day. What was it, like last week? I had to do a freaking reading in the dark almost. It was killing me. We may also experience, sensitivity to light or sound, hormonal imbalances, hot flashes, excessive sexual energy. I'm always lacking in that department. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I need to be turned on. Mental obsessions or mood swings, aggression, and unintentionally harsh reactions to people. What does that sound like? I mean, there's a chapter in my book where they call it menopause, but they didn't call it back then. They called it some kind of hysteria for women. They thought they were going crazy and mad. Same with the moon cycles and shit. But really, it's just like, no, you're exploding, bro. If you've been experiencing all the above and wonder if those and other unusual symptoms could be direct result of increased spiritual energy affecting your body, then the answer is very likely yes. You are encouraged to source any professional health support you need to take care of your body, but also consider using the following methods. And that's what this is. So it's like when you go against, I mean, it's programming, you know what I mean? Like when you break the rules, which is, it's your rule, but it was passed down. So like if your mom told you you were never ever going to do that, and you've lived in fear your whole life of doing that, and it was passed down, she didn't do it, nobody, and this is how we do, you know, we've always lived in fear of this way of life, and you cross that way of life, you've broken the fear line for all of your ancestors and those going forward. Simple things as I'm seeing is, you know, cultural mixed relationships, right? So it was against, you know what I mean, it was always against your family's history to date outside of your culture, right? Fear of persecution is why they did it. It's not that they weren't attracted to people outside of their culture, right? It's that fear of persecution because they're told it's wrong. So if you break the basic programming, you know what I mean, the matrix programming of not just your culture, but your family. Nobody in your family did this. They all were too afraid. They believed it was wrong. You come in and you break this generational curse, which in essence is just fear. Anything that held them back from love was a curse. They'll never love another one like this. Why? In essence, they held you back from a form of true love. And by telling you couldn't have them, made you want them even more, probably. Creates, you know, desire even more when you're denied of it. So anyways, going back to that. So like, say your family said you can, you know, some old American family that like you didn't date the black peoples. And then you fall in love and now you've broken the curse. You and your family went against the grain and broken all of those stigmas and curses. And you freed your family because your children will now be of a freed chain. You don't think like they do anymore. You're not limited to your ability to love like they were. Mr. Plum he is absolutely not racist, but he is still fully fearful of the black community. He is absolutely fearful of them. Not because they've ever done anything to him or seen them harm anybody in his neighborhood. This was programmed from what he saw as a child, bro. He was raised to fear them. And then he was in high school when they integrated him. So he went with the integration. But he remembers his body and all of that is still afraid. It's still programmed. You know what I mean? They have to break those fears from childhood that are passed down from theirs and theirs and theirs. So that's how it's freeing. That's what that card means. It's like, I could never, ever do this. My mom couldn't do this. My sisters couldn't do this. My grandma couldn't do this. And I came in and I did it. And I set me free. And I set my children free by showing them it could be done. That we don't have to fear such things. And that's where it is like, my kids they're becoming fearless. Right? Because the things that someone should fear, they have recognized as not fearful at all. Through our experiences. So like, simple shit, my son, like one time in the very beginning when we started hiking Red Rocks, I asked him to go up this mountain with me, and he was like, no, he was very scared that there would be a bear up there. And he was young, and I was like, I had to talk to him, because first off, this is a real fear. We live in bear country. He watches lots of videos. He knows this is called Bear Creek. that we're in. He's like, no, there could be a bear up there. So we're taking this trip all the way up there, but we're talking about, tell me more why you think there's a bear there. Spread it all out. Where else could the bear be? What do you think he's doing up there? Does he have a family? So I'm asking him all his fears as we're walking up there. And then we get up there and he sees there's no bears. There's just people. He had a legitimate fear. But by having the experience and talking through it and walking through this fear, and that's it. We got up there. He's like, okay, let's go. As we did this experience, we faced the fear. And he got a vision that, he's like, oh, there was no bear. How silly. And he moves on. And that's where it is. It's like, okay, all fears come from a place of, truth to the person. It's like, why are you afraid of clowns? Have you watched fucking Killer Clowns from Outer Space? Oh my God. Have you watched it? Like, it's like, where did this fear stem from? Childhood? Like, I mean, where else did you see a clown in your town? I could have a lot of fun with that one, really. I'm not clowning around with you guys. They're making jokes, dad jokes. Let me put this card back after the Dark Angel. Dad jokes. So when you break these things, it breaks off, and then you can see it, like, it fucks your body up and it fucks them up. We're not going to be like that anymore. And that's really what it is like, she's sitting in here. With the exception of today's video, but she heard the email this morning. I told her all about it, right? And what I did is I broke this thing, dude. We're not going to think like that. We're going to have more value about ourselves. We're not going to dumb ourselves down and be desperate for a fucking dollar. We'll never be like that. And if people walk out, they're walking out because they couldn't cope, not because we couldn't. We don't walk out, they walk out. I taught all of these things. I changed our minds. I changed the way that minds work. Our minds. I can't fucking change yours. I don't have mind control over you, Debo. I don't. I mean, I could whisper some shit and fuck with your mind. I can't control it, bro. That's not even funny. Who wants to control? I'm not even trying to control mine. You just let it be free. It's pretty powerful. Anyways, going into that, so that's what I'm going through. I was like, just really couldn't get shit done. Really? Nothing, bro. I kept getting little bursts of energy, and I'd get up, and then I'd drink something, and I'm like, oh, my body, my head, it's like, it feels like, it feels like the flu. It's like, you're not congested or anything. It's just like, you feel like so heavy. Like, and that's what I posted. I had all good day, dude. I found $5. This is a funny story. Right? It's chewed up or something. I got off the elevator, and we have these tables with these fake plants that sit there. And when I got off the elevator, it's just sitting there on the table. So I knew right away somebody had put it there because they had found it. And I'm like, well, it's free for anybody that comes up then, is what I see and what I feel. And I'm like, do I take it, Holy Spirit? It says take it. So I take the $5. Sure. Actually, this should be repaying for me buying your little friend food, but you could take the $5.
Yeah, well, $5.
It's chewed up, though. Anyways, no, I don't. Shut up. See what I mean? You give them fucking an inch, and they want a mile. Did you just ask me for it online?
Yeah.
See what I mean?
It's the exact same thing as
give them an inch, and they want online. Get off me.
What am I going to buy with $5? Where are you?
I don't know.
Take me somewhere?
Leave me alone.
Exactly. You're not going to take me anywhere.
Anyway, so I found the $5, and I was guided to pick up the $5. But then I was like, well, maybe somebody's going to look for this $5 because it's a homeless situation, and maybe somebody really needs their $5. But I felt like anybody that found it was going to take it. So I go down to the front desk to tell them, hey, I found $5. If anybody asks, tell them I have their $5. And so I didn't spend it. And I was like, well, who's going to come looking for it? If some kid was like, oh, I lost my money, did anybody turn in $5? It could happen. And that's what I was like, being, chilling on it. So when I went down to tell them about the $5, I see they have all these donations of fucking beauty supplies or personal hygiene products and shit. I got super excited. So I got a bunch of that shit and brought it up. Then I went outside and I had a ladybug. And I was like, damn, I'm just full of great luck. But I feel like shit, to be honest. I'm really happy. I'm just burnt out. And that's really what it is I'm like, I'm so burnt out. I went to go pick up my daughter, and she's like, oh, I'm going to throw up. And I was like, oh. I didn't really fully understand the intensity of that until I send her up. And she's like, Mom, I threw up before I got here. I was like, oh, it happens. Try to clean that up, right? And she got sick. She was all fucking sick to her tummy, so she laid down. I just didn't have any energy to sit up. And then I look up and my son's passed out. It's like, where did this come from? And sometimes you can go running to a doctor, but you can look at like what I do, and I've seen this too many times. It'll knock us down. When you do some serious healing, it's reprogramming of the mind, bro. And it fucks up your body real hard. But in essence, you get like what? Some superpowers? Yup. Your body becomes more sensitive to, or it fills with more light. You took off all this darkness that was put on before birth. It's running through your veins. It's running through your brain. It's running through your fingertips, bro. It's like in your DNA. It was like in your natal chart that you had to overcome this. Like this was your fucking, you know what I mean? This was what you came here to do. And then you check that shit off, bro. And it's like, I'm seeing a slot machine. It's like when you hit it, that motherfucker is up. And like it takes forever. They got to bring somebody in to reboot it, empty it, make sure they got all the coins out of it. And that's really what it is. I got all this good stuff. All this stuff was coming out of me, and I'm like, somebody pushed my buttons. I'm like Buzz Lightyear talking Spanish now. Sí, habla español. Oh God, come on. Oh, then they like, maybe it was you, butthole, that I heard in my ear. Fucking Wolfman posts that he's looking for a personal assistant to feed him grapes while he works very hard. And he wants you to describe yourself and why he should hire you. What the fuck? You don't have a job. And you just shared a video before it that said you were homeless. I appreciated that. That made me feel better because you were denying that. You were denying that. In the essence, it's like, oh, come on, dude. You're really, this is annoying. Who the fuck is some dumb bitch that's going to travel around on the back of your bike and stay in your hotels? And that's what I was like, clown bitches only. And scary, right? We just talked about fears of clowns. I was like, clown bitches only. And in essence, you're paying for pussy. I'm going to pay someone while I work hard. You don't work. My mind can't make sense of none of this, dude. Can somebody make sense? Is it a joke? It's a joke that I didn't get? It was like way over my head? Because I don't see it. I don't see the humor in the stupidity. I see nothing but stupidity in this. And I think and I saw, you know, your mommy issues that you just sent mommy home and now you're advertising on the internet to get some girl to come feed you grapes. And all I saw was your mommy, oh, porposito, íralo, oh, vente a comer, niño, you got mommy issues. And that's okay, because sit the fuck down. Everybody around here does. But damn. Is yours showing any worse than the rest of my 12? No, bro. You might as well just stand up and introduce yourself and explain to them where your issues came from and how much you hate your mom or love her. Like, can we just start peeling this dirty scab of whatever caused you to be this way? I know it has to do with her. Why? Because as soon as she was gone, you showed it so quickly. You reached out for women as soon as she was gone. My heart chakra is hurting, bro. Like, really? Like, right now, dude. I'm like, it's hurting. I feel like I'm going to have, like, a heart attack. Really? No, it's actually in my spine. You're bothering me. I want to be mean at you. I can't feel it. I was going to be mean and my heart went off. And I just breathed. And it's like, feel sorry for him. I do feel sorry for you. I know why I'm here. Like, Wolfman needs healing, bro. Everybody needs healing. He knows nothing about God, Jesus, and the light. None of them do. I'm supposed to bring them to the light. And they're fucking terrified of God. For all good reasons. They don't realize that they're favored by God yet. And that he's, you know, making me bend over backwards and just humiliating the shit out of me to get them home. I was like, I'm about to leave them here on earth, dude. I tell them that every fucking day. Let them burn. When are they going to die? Jesus. Like, Kanye, come on, dude. I see that guy walking down the street. I want to punch him in the fucking face. Like, what a waste of space. Hey, Kanye, do you have to buy a plus-size ticket on the airlines? You talked all that shit about plus-size girls and lingerie, and basically you and your boxers is a plus-size girl in lingerie because your titties is on the big side of, a C cup. I can see the cup in your fucking... Bob has bitch tits. Thank you very much. I know exactly where that comment came from because the last time it came, I asked which one said it. That'll be Louis Anderson, a man with man boobs that can speak on it. I'm serious. You guys are filthy ass demons, bro. If you don't pull your shit together and get back to God, you're gonna die here. Really? Well, I mean, we're all gonna die here, but you're gonna be stuck here or, Mars. That's where they're going, right? Wherever the human race decides to run to. Who's running for president? I'm calling for democracy. Take this government with you. All your structures. Take all your inventions, your sex dolls, that fucking car that drives itself. Drive yourself all around the moon, dude. Go on. Go moonwalk your ass off this planet, motherfuckers. See? I told you. Now I'll be filled with light and just be falling over, giggling, and laughing at myself and everybody in the universe for the next, 3 to 5 days. I really hated you until now. I just can't stop laughing at you. And that's where I take this darkness and I turn it into joy. It's like, you're so insensitive. No, I feel it, bro. It's hilarious. I'm really trying to embrace the destruction of man. I really would like God to destroy these men first. I used to say it in the beginning. Smote them, God. Smote them. It doesn't work that way anymore. Jesus came along and made everything different. I know you got it in you, God. Sorry. Okay. That's where you take off the flesh and you go back to being a free spirit. Like, I could love whoever I want to love. And I'm going to talk to your manager. I always said that. I was like, dude, I am so Karen. I will talk to the fucking the executive director, and don't make me go to the CFO on this shit. And I'll go public. Quit playing around. Whistleblower. Whistle while you twerk. You twerking for Jesus? She slapped me. That was funny. I told you I say shit that'll make you want to slap me. That bitch slapped me straight in the parking lot. She got kicked out. Not because of that, but, life didn't go so good for her after that. Never really does. I can't imagine. What do you want me to talk about now? Go on. Well, I don't want to get into anything. Really? No, not really. I don't really want to. I'm feeling good. Do you want to go looking for fucking trouble? Looking for love and all of the... well, we picked an oracle. Let's check that's what I said too. I was like, well, what comes next? Oh, this is interesting. Let's check this dark card. Why? Because it's the Queen of Motherfucking Cups, bitches. Holla at your girl. Full of love and shit. What's in your cup? I went to the Three of Pentacles. No, King of Cups. There we go. The hill... The hall fills with the sounds of feasting and merriment, and the light of the warm hearth fire casts curious shadows about the room. Majestic in repose, she proposes a quiet mind and an open heart. She can drink in your pain and distill wisdom from it. I told you. Kindness is the balm that she offers in her raised goblet. It is the power to wash away the ugly dirt of the world. Hey, God, I love you. It's just really honoring. Anyways, she fills your glass and your heart to the brim, knowing that you have both felt empty for too long. Virtuous healer, unconditional love. That's not how it's described in any other book. What are these? You should get them. But I tried to warn Morgan not to, because it's the dark side of the Ascension. It starts it a little too dark. I tried to warn her. She grabbed them. I guess they were always meant for me. But anyways, Can I read this again? Because this is, I always say I'm the Queen of Cups, but this is a beautiful, because this is what I just told you I do. She can drink in your pain and distill wisdom from it. Distill wisdom from it. Meaning I learn from your pain and your suffering, and I can teach people from what you've gone through. I can use your pain even if you can't, as empowerment for others. Kindness is her balm, and she offers in a raised goblet. And I try to, you know what I mean? That's what Jesus gave me. Otherwise, I'm giving you poison in there. Which is what, my opinion? You don't want to know my opinion. God says, it has the power to wash away the ugly dirt of the world. And that's it. You can tell me your painful shit, and I can give you kindness about it and wash it all away. And that's my true power. And that's what makes me such a huge manifester, because I can take in anything and put out good shit. I told you that the strongest manifester in the deck is if you want to be a master manifester, man, you have to get into this energy, the Queen of Cups. It's in your it's one of your highest levels of feminine energy, and that's your heart. That's all it is. It's opening your heart, being a free-flowing heart. When do you exhibit it? When you see kids, maybe if you don't have them, like your nephews or something, or like dogs. When your face lights up, that's it. That's the energy of the Queen of Cups. When you're just filled with happiness and you can read it all over your face. Really? That's the Queen of Cups energy. And that's what I give off mostly. I give off that Queen of Wands too, which is all that sexy, shit. And then I give off the dominance of the Queen of Swords. Don't fuck with her. And then you look at me as if I'm wealthy because I dress nice. And I give off that Queen of Pentacles where I look like I'm well set in this world. I don't look homeless. I never have. Actually, that's not true. I say it all the time. When I don't have my makeup on, and then they were like, whoa. And I was like, yeah, I go from pauper to proper real quick. And yeah, since every girl looks a little bit, not herself without all of that extra. You don't look like your pictures on Instagram. Nah, right now I don't. Are we going on Instagram? Anyways, yeah. This is a really good one. And that's what makes her a virtuous healer, is because I just sit there and I take it in. You want to go to that person with a big heart. Now, the opposite is what? Think of the Queen of Hearts. Off with their head! You think it's the Queen of Swords, but she's heartless. A reverse Queen of Hearts is a heartless bitch. Russ's mother. Heartless, bro. Doesn't actually, couldn't get that bitch, like, she'll cry, she cries on note. She's like an actress in that shit, bro. She doesn't actually sympathize or understand or anything. She has no true loving connection, not with her husband or her children. Those are the people closest to her. If she can't exhibit it to her family, there's nothing to be exhibited outside. She'll tell you she's like this animal lover and world traveler and, something intuitive fucking coach. You better stay away from weirdos like that. How I Met Your Mother. Poor guy. I tried to get him away from her. Dude, every guy I've ever known has had some severe issues with their mother. Right? So my first baby daddy, his was huge bad, dude. His was huge bad. What happened? When he was like 15 years old, he was supposed to go with her. His mom left his dad for like a fucking 20-year-old man. Right? And this man gets a job in Northern California, and their whole family's supposed to pack up and leave. And he doesn't want to leave his fucking friends in the hood, his homies in the hood. He doesn't want to leave Tijuana, which is all his family. He doesn't want to leave his dad, who's suffering and becoming an alcoholic from this experience. And so the day he's supposed to go, they're all packed up and supposed to leave. He's not there, and they leave him. And he started abandonment issues. They were gone for like 3 years. He lived off the streets. He became homeless, His dad couldn't take him in. He started living off of his grandma's and with the homies. And it started the whole street thing. When I met him, he didn't have a relationship with his mom. And she lived right over in the east side. It wasn't even far. But we started pushing that on. Then, you go to baby daddy number 2, bro, and his whole mom and her fucking weirdness and how she didn't protect him from his abuse, and she never was there for him, and she was always running around trying to ride a dick, in the military and everything. This is a chick, like, she has to have a man to take care of her because she was raised like that, and she'll tell you it was from being poor in Hugo. That's how she would get dates and shit. Like, this is a, you know what I mean? Like, whoa. So she taught those behaviors to her daughter and her son. And that's how he does it, dude. He rides off of girls, but then he became bisexual from his experiences. I don't know what made him, or if he was always that way, because he did, his first rape experience was with a man. And then he was being raped by his sister. So both of those, you would think that he turns out like a priest like me and don't want none. He wants them both. I'm not sure of the psychologicals. There's people that study those type of people. But anyways, that's what happened to him. And it's like, you know, that's just those two. Then you take on my twin flames, bro. Hey, Marshall, how's your relationship with your mother? Logic? Lewis. Russ. Bobby. Why do I keep attracting? Because like attracts like. We have something emotionally I want to say equal to, we have an emotional attachment. It can become a trauma bond, but it's made for healing, right? So we look for people that are similar to us, that have a kind of, you know, a similar background, something that makes us feel comfortable. It's like, you know, you make me open up. You make me feel like I can open myself up. And that's when you have this, where you can talk about such issues, shit like that. So, in essence, in your pain, you're always attracting people that are on your level, and especially your pain levels. Especially your pain. You're calling in people, especially from a place of pain. You know what I mean? It's like, I really can't fully explain that. But that's where this whole, you know, we've been talking about that for at least the last week, is, you know, healing the mother issues, the inner mother. And what it is it starts with, you can't fix your fucking mom. That's the sad part. You can't make her better. All you can do is make the relationship in your mind with her better. You can't make it better. You can't make her better. I can't make anyone better. All I can do is change the way that I look at them. And that makes me feel better about them. Otherwise, if I keep hating them, then that is a pain that will keep hurting me. Every time you say anything about moms, I'm going to be triggered. And it's going to start negative emotions. Negative. Every time I hear that, it becomes negative. I'm carrying too much negativity. Right? So as you heal this, and you stop looking at it negatively, so then every time someone says something about mom, now you think positive, because you've reprogrammed your brain by this point. Your brain told you all the negative that happened, and you told your brain positivity, which is what I do over here, is the transmutation of darkness to light. Dark experiences, and we bring the light to it, which is what? Understanding, love, and compassion. What my mom did, she really did. I don't erase what she did. I feel, instead of thinking about how could you do this to me and feeling all down and terrible, if it comes up, and it doesn't anymore, because that was always a haunting feeling. How could this happen? How could you do this to me? You didn't love me. You didn't care about me. You weren't there. I had to go through all of those different memories that made me think that you didn't care about me. You weren't there. How could you do this to me? You know what I mean? And every time they came up, and they were individual memories, many of them, many reasons why I felt like she didn't love me. And how could she do that to me? She did so many things to me. How could you do those things to me? How could you treat me like that? Why did you talk to me like that? Why weren't you there for me? I have to go and relive these memories, and I'd give myself the understanding of those very questions. And that's it. Why did she do this? And the positivity is, she didn't look at what she was doing at the time she did this. Look at her, now that you can see her and not you. Look at her. Where was she when she did this to you? What was she thinking? What was she feeling? It's where you take yourself out of your skin and you put it in the other person's skin. Because you want to know how this happened, right? So you start to find understanding and compassion by changing the perspective, by really just putting the whole thing back on, but from a different perspective, which is theirs. And you find understanding, and in that understanding, forgiveness. It's like, I look back at my mom, I was like, how could you do this? But then if I look back at specific times in her life when this happened, I understand many things, that these are just patterns. She just acted like this way because she was triggered. Something I would have not known earlier until I learned what a trigger is. That she was hurting. That she was taking out her frustrations on, on me. That there was different reasons why I felt that way. But it really was this, that she was fucking hurt. And so she was hurting me. And when you realize that a person that just hurt you was just hurt and was hurting on you, like, why were you hitting me? Why were you yelling at me? Because she was just hurt, dude, and she didn't know how to do anything but be mad about it. And when she was mad, she hit. And, I'm like, damn, she just fucking beat me all the time. Why did you just hit me all the time? We grew up, I see these videos, I was watching Split yesterday, it's like, we grew up during corporal punishment, where their parents beat the shit out of them, bro. They thought that's how you made a kid do the right thing.
You did it too.
You know what I mean? And that's what it was. It's like they were taught, this is how you make them, this is how you get them to listen. It wasn't until later, and that's the evolution, all these evolutions where we learned that wasn't right. That doesn't make them listen. Every time you slap them and tell them no, it doesn't make them understand no. The slapping doesn't stop it. Right? So, she didn't have the knowledge. She didn't have the wisdom and stuff like that. But I still had the pain. And when I took myself out of my pain, and I see this painful experience play out, and I see not just me from my eyes, but I see the whole bigger picture now, because I'm not stuck in my skin, but I can see this playing. I can have compassion, understanding, and I can give it forgiveness. And I can tell my mind, she did love you. She just didn't know how, and she was not in a place to love. And I can show it all the memories and show that she didn't love anybody. It's not that she didn't love us, but she didn't know how to be close. She didn't know how to be kind. She didn't know this. And when she did try, she learned later, though. She started to have these qualities with the grandchildren. So you saw that she was capable of it. But that came later. And so that's just one. There's many things that have happened in your life where you're like, your best friend fucking really backstabbed you. Like, how could you do this to me? And you have to step back and replay why. It's not about, just you. It's like, where were they coming from when they did this? What was happening that this happened to begin with? Is understanding it. And when you see that you weren't just a victim, but there was something bigger happening here, you can tell your mind, how to see it. You don't tell it, it sees it differently. It sees it differently. As I said that, I saw the Bobby thing. When I woke up, I was having all these chest pains. And I thought I was having heart problems because of the diet pills they put me on. And then, shortly after, I had a fucking panic attack. And I think I'm having a heart attack. And I realize it's a panic attack. And they tell me, whatever. So I start to learn this meditation, right? And I'm focusing on my heart. This is the first time I ever do it. And I tap into it. And I see this. I astral travel. I know that's what it was now. I astral travel back to this memory. And I can see myself outside of myself. I'm at the hotel, and I'm at the front desk, and I'm looking down. It's like my astral, I'm back, I'm in a cloud above myself, watching this moment in time. That's what astral traveling looks like. And I'm just looking down, and I see myself, and I am so happy, and I am smiling, and I am looking like I have hearts coming out of my head. And I'm looking down at myself, and I'm like, why am I so happy? What is all over me? Where am I? What is happening right now? So I pull out of looking at me and how I feel, and I step back to see what I'm looking at. And the bigger picture is I see Bobby coming down the walkway towards me. And in that moment, as I stepped back, I stepped into me. Right? So I want to see what I'm looking at. So in that moment, instead of just seeing the picture, now I'm in my feelings, in my body. and I'm seeing what is happening from my own eyes. And I'm filled with so much love, and I've never felt this, that I literally start crying. I've never felt this feeling before. It's brand new to me, but apparently this was a feeling I had for him that's repressed, and I've just tapped into it. I'm in my body, and I'm filled with all of these, I guess, crush or butterflies or something. I don't know how to describe these feelings because they're new to me, and I just see this vision of 5 years ago, and I open my eyes, and I come out of it, and I'm like, and I call him right away. Or I sent him a message. And I was like, dude, I was in love with you. I think that's why I don't remember you. I think that I have some heartache about this. I'm going to figure it out. And I just left it alone. I did not even think about for 2 seconds to receive that message on his end. Being a married man 5 years later, and he still has a crush on me, to hear me say some shit like that. I didn't think about the cause and effect of that. I was just astonished. Now, when I started it, that was the best memory ever. It only got worse after that. Where I see visions, that here comes the trauma. I can see myself and a terrible act about to happen. And now I'm in my body, and I'm frozen in this. I don't see the act happening. I'm right before it happens, or in it. And I'm in my body filled with all this pain, all this fear, all this hatred, all this everything. I can feel my own feelings. I'm casted into my own body to a memory where I can feel what it feels like to be me. And I get stuck there for a minute, and you'll hear me. I'm pretty good at this. I get stuck there, and all I can see is black. That's all I can see. That's what I tell you. The whole room goes black, and I'm seeing my memories. I'm in the dark night of the soul. I'm in a memory. It's coming. There's a memory I never seen, and this hurts really bad, and I'm crying because I'm seeing it play out in front of me. It's right in front of me. You're not there anymore. I'm seeing this memory happen. The freak show one was